there, and welcome to Awesome to the Core in 2024. We are so excited to have you here, and I have some friends with me. This is Katie, this is Isabella, and this is Annie. And so, can y'all believe that it's about time to get ready to go back to school? No, me either. But I tell you what, today we're going to play and learn and have so much fun, and we're going to talk about superpowers, and it's going to help us feel really good and confident about starting school. So did you know that every human being has a superpower? Now, I'm not talking about flying or teleporting. I'm talking about strengths and special qualities that help you be special and feel special, like being courageous or being brave, or maybe you're really good at making people smile. So Katie, do you have a superpower?
I like to dance.
You like to dance, that's great. What about you, Isabella?
I like to play the piano.
Do you really? That's a great superpower. And Miss Annie, what do you think is your superpower?
I like to go to the zoo.
So animals, how cool is that? Very good, Annie. Guess what? I have a joke for us today.
What?
Where do superheroes live?
I don't know.
In Cape Town. So, speaking of capes, all superheroes have to have a cape, don't they?
Yes.
Right. And if we're going to be awesome to the core in 2024, I think we need a cape too, don't you?
Yes.
Miss Nancy's going to show us how to make a no-sew cape. Okay, girls, you ready to make your superhero capes?
Yes.
All right, so on the table, I have a piece of craft material. This is called craft material. You can use anything that you have at home. You might have some felt fabric, or you just might have some old sewing fabric laying around. This is very inexpensive to buy. And basically I cut out a 3-foot square. This is from a bolt of fabric. This is half of the bolt. So you see it's pretty long. So what you're going to do is on one end of your cape, you're going to cut a strip, just as straight as you can, strip about 1 inch thick. And now I'm just gonna do this with my own eyes. I'm not gonna measure anything because it really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna cut this strip. Now this strip is gonna be your top. Okay, see it? And it's not perfect, but it's okay. Then you're going to take probably the other end of your cape that we didn't cut, and we're going to fold it about 2 inches, okay? So we're gonna fold it like this, and you're gonna push it down, and we might have to help you do this, or you might have to help each other do this. And then I'm gonna take my scissors, and I'm going to snip. Do you see this? I'm not going all the way through. I'm just snipping the very top. And it doesn't matter how far apart you put them. I'm just putting several. Okay, you'll see that? So I've got those little snips all the way down, and you're gonna open it up. And do you see how it made these little holes?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to take your strip and you're going to weave it through here. And that's gonna make the top of your cape that goes around your neck. But before you do your strip, do you see your crest? You're gonna take your crest and you're gonna pick your favorite color of felt paper, and you're gonna trace with your marker, trace your crest and cut it out. And then you're going to draw 2 things on another color piece of felt. That's your superpowers. So draw 2 pictures on felt, cut them out, and you're gonna stick them on your crest.
So after a long day of being awesome, you're probably going to be ready for a superhero snack. Here's Miss Kathy to show us how.
Hello, wonderful superheroes. I am so happy to be here with you today. We're going to make a very healthy afternoon snack that all superheroes will enjoy. And this is our carrot cup. So here are our ingredients. First, we're going to use some hummus. And we have what? Carrots. And we have, these are wonderful peppers now. And of course, we always have crackers.
When you observe and you predict and you test, you're using the scientific superpower. Miss Nancy's going to show how to use your scientific superpowers, and you're going to make some relaxation slime.
Why do you think we need relaxation slime at the beginning of school?
Because of stress.
Does anybody know the chemistry behind making slime? Is slime a liquid or a solid?
No.
It's both, you're right. Do you know what that's called when something is both a liquid and a solid? It's called a non-Newtonian fluid. So that's what we're making. So we're starting, these are ingredients you see on the table. We have slime glue. This is just clear glue, which you can use actually white Elmer's school glue. Any kind of glue will work. We're using clear glue. We also have some really cute sequins that we're going to put in our slime. And we have some coloring that we're going to put. You can use just regular food coloring. You can just use regular old sequin. We're going to be using baking soda, which is going to help bond the molecules together. And then we're using contact solution as our activator. So this is what makes the slime where you can pick it up and move it in your hands, okay? And the reason why we're using contact solution because it has an ingredient called boric acid. Boric acid molecules are going to combine with they're called PVAs, polyvinyl acetate molecules in this glue. And these molecules are called polymers, and they're big, they're long molecules. So we're using the baking soda to help bind the big molecules together. And then when we put this activator in, it causes all of these molecules to link together. It's called cross-linking, and that's what makes our slime. Okay, so to start, we're going to use a half a cup of glue. The next step is we are going to get some baking soda. So you all have a tablespoon measure. I want you to sprinkle 3 of these in there. Next step is to put our activator in, and that's what's going to pull it apart from the sides, like it's going to start forming the slime. So I'm going to start with about 2 half teaspoons, and then I want you to work it, and we're going to see if it's still too sticky. If it's too sticky, we'll just put a few more drops of the boric acid in the contact solution.
Hi friends, today I want to share with you Rosie's Slime Store. This is an awesome, fun game, so let's get started.
Rosie's Slime Store. Presenting Rosie's Supertastical Slime Store and Hobby's Amazing Supply Shop. Welcome to the best slime store in town. Bienvenidos. Select the curtain to open for business. Get your Supertastical slime here. Whoa, our first customer. Primo? We don't have that slime in our shelf. I know. Let's make it.
Okay, so we have to choose the color of the slime that Javi wants. And it looks like it's red. And I don't think we have it. So guess what? We have to go to the supply store. And that's right here. We're going to click.
So
And
many
here's the red
amazing
color that
supply
we
red.
It's going to cost us 1
One
coin.
coin. Gracias, Javi.
And to go back to the slime store, you click on Rosie in the bottom left-hand corner. And we're going to put our red in our slime bowl. And let's see, over here on the right are the items to put in the slime. It looks like Javi wants soccer balls. I don't see soccer balls, so guess what we have to do? We're going to go to the supply store.
Orale, what should we buy this time?
And here are the
Soccer balls.
They cost
1
2
coin.
coins.
2 coins. Gracias, Javi.
And I click on Rosie to go back to the slime store. And we're going to add in our soccer balls. And you're going to click and stir, stir,
Whoa,
stir.
goopy goop. So slimy.
And now you're ready to give Javi his slime. And he is
1
paying
coin.
2 coins for it.
2 coins. Orale, a happy customer.
Now you saw I had 33
Another
coins in my
customer.
bank. So you
It's
just
my
keep playing the
dad.
game. The more
We
coins
don't
that
have
you
that slime in our
have,
shelf.
the more
I know.
materials you
Let's
can
make
buy.
it.
And that's it. Have fun playing Rosie's slime game.
Hi guys, my name is Jonathan. I work here at LPB, and today we're going to read a story. We're going to read Even Superheroes Have Bad Days. So everybody's getting ready to get back to school, so we figured we'd have a story that talks about emotions and talks about choices. We're going to see here today that, even superheroes have choices to make. They also have emotions, but it's all about making the right choices. So let's see what they have to say. So again, this is Even Superheroes Have Bad Days. When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they have a bad day, they could use superpowers to kick, punch, and pound. They could shriek, they could screech with an ear-piercing sound. They could crush wooden gates and bend metal gates. They could throw trucks and buses across several states. They could knock over buildings like towers of blocks and crumble the streets into rubble and rocks. They could use laser eyes to ignite forest fires or fling boomerangs to deflate the town's tires. But upset superheroes have all sorts of choices. Instead of destruction and loud, vivid voices, they burn angry steam off with speed of light hiking, or super extreme outer space mountain biking. They race to the rescue of people in need and delight in the joy of a super good deed. They hatch super plans to help banish world sadness, building fabulous theme parks for giggles and gladness. They chase wanted bad guys with supercharged zing, dragging hundreds to jail while police dance and sing. They track down and tame super menacing beast and transform pity parties to victory feast. But displeased superheroes who don't feel serene could have super temptation to cause a bad scene. They could blast icy blizzards on hot afternoons, or walloping twisters in monster typhoons. They could spin super webs, super far, super sticky, and tangle up towns with their silk, super icky. They could rotate the planet and mess up world time, or sit back and relax while the world fills with crime. When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they've had a bad day, they could super rampage. They could, but they don't, because real superheroes just wouldn't. They won't. Instead, they dig down to their super best part, the strong superpowers contained in their heart. And using their talents as true heroes should, they battle the urge to do harm, though they could. They acknowledge their sorrow, their anger, their pain, as they wait for their super emotions to wane. It's okay if they frown. It's okay if they sigh. It's even okay when they slump down and cry. But then they get up and get on with their day, saving the world in their most super way. The end. That's it. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a great school year. Everybody be good.
Well, we hope that you've enjoyed today. I think these girls have. We also hope that you find your superpower and that you have the very best school year ever. And always remember, you are